Welcome to the pew, where I'm finishing up a box of Nerds because they're so good.
And I'm having coffee.
Even though I've been told not to eat them. Okay.
We cannot stop laughing over the video that was aired on CNN and other news networks of the TSA workers.
Oh my God.
Just thinking about it makes me crack up. For those of you who don't recall...
I mean, it's as if they hired
us
to run the TSA.
And in fact, we should recreate that. Should we do it before or after we show the video?
Oh, we should totally recreate it.
Okay, we'll show the video first, and then we'll recreate it.
Yeah.
Male passengers at the security checkpoint at Denver International Airport. It's all detailed in this police report. The pair, a man and a woman, conspired to find and grope, quote, attractive male passengers.
How would you rate this violation of policy? I mean, is this the worst of the worst?
It doesn't get much worse than this. They undertook a scheme on a very innocent passenger trying to get to his or her flight.
Here's how it worked. A male officer would signal his female coworker when he saw an attractive male. She would put information into the body scanner that a female was being screened when it was actually a man, causing the computer to detect an anomaly in the groin area, prompting a pat-down by the male officer. After receiving an anonymous tip, TSA investigators say they witnessed the TSA officer touching a male passenger's genital area and buttocks with his palms, a clear violation of TSA policy. They're supposed to use the back of their hands.
The procedure is very clear on how a TSA screener conducts a pat-down.
The female officer told investigators the scheme happened at least 10 times. The two officers are no longer with the agency. In a statement, TSA said these alleged acts are egregious and intolerable.
I think the Denver Police Department definitely needs to look at whether criminal charges of any kind need to take place. TSA screeners need to understand that this type of behavior is completely unacceptable.
All right, so that was the video. Isn't it hilarious? And basically, if Michael and I were in that job...
Oh, me again? I thought we were just talking.
No, it would be
yes.
You and me in that job. Let's say I'm working behind the scanner and like pushing the button.
Can I be the cute guy?
No, you're the guy searching.
Oh.
You're the searcher. The one who gets to touch the penis.
Yeah, okay. No. I'd rather have my penis touched than touch a penis.
No, we're the workers, the TSA workers. So
isn't there a way they could have finagled it so that the passenger would somehow grope them? Well, now that would have been a story.
There's very few TSA workers that I've ever really wanted to grope. But But I'm envisioning that if either you or I were at the control and we saw some cute guy coming, there would be some signal.
Yeah, of course. Are you kidding me?
So then we push the button and it's like, oh, sorry, sir. You know,
you have to take off all your clothes.
There appears to be something between your legs, and we just have to check that.
We have to investigate that thing between your legs.
It's a security risk.
And you have to take off all your clothes and go into this room
with
with Ernie.
Right, because, you know, we don't want to embarrass you out here in front of everybody.
Right.
But in fact, they didn't even take this passenger into a back room. They did it right in the line and, you know, touched them all over. And they had that secret code that was genius. I swear it was friends of ours.
I mean, it had to, if I had to guess, I would say it was Robert Twin. Because it has Robert Twin written all over it.
He is a high-paid fashion executive now. He would not stoop to that level. He doesn't need to. He can afford to.
He does not stoop to that level? Which level does he stoop to? Midway?
Oh, he's way up there now.
Yeah, but when he
stoops. So, one thing that pissed me off about this, you know, besides the outrage, the moral outrage, you know,
moral outrage,
being violated sexually, is like, that's never happened to me. In all those hours that I've spent in the fucking TSA lines, I've never had a happy ending.
You just said, you just said that you wouldn't sleep with any of them anyway.
Well, I wouldn't sleep with them, but I wouldn't have a happy ending.
Oh, so you're one of those.
Yeah.
You can get from anybody.
You know, I'm not in love, but I wanna fuck you till somebody better comes along. That's a Marilyn Manson song.
Oh yeah, I know. I love this.
Mechanical Animals.
My friend.
We'll be right back.
Bye.
And now a word from our sponsor. Welcome back to the Pew.
Welcome back to the pew,
Ew.
where I'm eating more nerds.
Delicious.
God, they're
But
good.
I'm not having any.
Okay.
So this whole issue with the TSA groping brings up the concept that we were also discussing of mass self-delusion.
Right. And that's...
It's not a breakfast cereal or a shampoo.
It's a breakfast cereal and a shampoo. We're so funny.
In fact, it's the TSA.
We think we are so funny.
And the whole concept that you're actually safe and going through some real security when you're at the
It's
airport.
kind of a...
That's an example.
It's kind of slapstick.
Right.
It's like
So
farcical.
while that TSA agent is fondling your pussy, there are workers in the back smuggling tons of cocaine.
I don't have a pussy.
Well, mussy.
Yeah, man cunt. Isn't that what they call it?
There are instances where you might think that you're safe and you get on the plane and then that crazy pilot crashes it into...
Why does he have to be a German pilot?
I didn't mention it. That is,
Oh,
is
you were thinking it.
I was not.
You were thinking it.
No,
What does this have to do with Hitler? Is this another Hitler reference?
And then
When are you ever going to forget about that?
yet another...
We will never do that again!
Yet another example of mass...
And if you say that we will put you in jail for it.
It's Washington, D.C. and the airspace over it. We saw this week some crazy postal worker land a helicopter on the Great Lawn of the Capitol. Despite the fact that we've been assured that it's the best technology in the world.
Nanobots are protecting us. $billion-dollar nanobots.
And billion-dollar nincompoops.
Yeah, with the billion, they cost $1 billion, but that's the Emperor's new clothes. They're so small that you can't see them. Only the most brilliant scientists in the world, the most highly paid, I might add, scientists, can see them.
But it ain't their fault if it doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're counting on the fact that people will buy the bluff that it's there, and so they won't make an attempt. Because if they do, they will look like fools.
Buy the bluff.
Or they will be revealed as fools.
Buy the bluff.
Yes.
Bitches want to know.
What do they want to know?
Well, one of our viewers wants to know, DFX wants to know if any of your friends still have their fag tag cards from the Limelight. I don't remember fag tag cards from the Limelight.
Okay. I think a fag tag card was something Mark Berkeley did, and it was for, and this is really gross, and this is why something that I would never do, but they didn't, those kinds of gays don't like women going to their parties, and so certain women were allowed fag tag cards showing, oh, it's okay, I like gay people, I'm allowed in. You know, I think it's the most disgusting thing in the world. And I couldn't believe Peter let him do it.
Yeah, I don't remember the fag tag cards. The other part of DFX's question is, when did the Roxy Saturdays begin? And that's hard.
Oh boy.
They began in the late 80s, if I recall.
Well, you don't know the story? What happened with that?
No.
Gene DeNino, the owner of the club.
Oh, that story.
Yeah. Called me and Stephen Lewis, who were partners, and we were running Red Zone, and he said he wanted to hire us, and he said, well, what would the first thing you do be if I hired you? And I said, well, we'd hire David Lee and Lee Chappell to do Saturdays. And he said, thanks, goodbye. And we left.
The rest is history.
And he hired David Lee and Lee Chappell. And Steve was like, why did you say that? So.
Well, Thomas Brain, 75, wants to know if Pacha is where USA was.
No.
That's not the case, no. Pacha is where the second Sound Factory was.
USA is now a W Hotel.
That's right.
It was on 48th and Broadway, right next to the Roxy.
And you can still go there and have a drink and even eat dinner.
Except there's no 100-foot K-hole.
No, nor a Gautier lounge.
No.
Or was it Terry Mugler lounge? It was a Terry Mugler lounge.
It was a Terry Mugler room, and the Gautier, the furniture was Gautier, but I just want to make clear that the 100-foot K-hole was actually a slide, not a K-hole.
Right.
Because we do not discuss drugs on the show.
See you next time.
Bye.